So this is the almost conclusion of the process. And I just want to express my appreciation to everybody, especially our staff and the OMB staff. And when I was first elected to be president of the council, I promised to work collaboratively with all of my colleagues on this body and to bring greater transparency to this process. And as an at-large council member, it's been my mission to uplift the needs of residents in every corner of our community. I believe that we must build on our accomplishments here in Montgomery County to make it an even more fair and equitable place where everyone can afford to live, work, raise a family, get the best education, and age in place. And we have to meet our most vulnerable residents while also meeting the expectations for our future residents. And this budget, I believe, will continue moving Montgomery County forward. Determining the $6.8 billion budget for the FY24 fiscal year is an act of fiscal discipline and also a reflection of our moral values. And this budget is unlike any budget that this county has ever had. It is the first time in the county's history that a state law is being used to increase the property tax for Montgomery County Public Schools. Before we entertained the idea of a tax increase, we immediately began looking for savings. I set forth a process that was similar to zero-based budgeting, in which we build the budget based on the needs and resources available. I tasked our committees with conducting oversight, finding savings, and restructuring vacant positions. 5 years ago, the county executive said that he wanted to restructure county government so that our resources could be better used to support the needs of our residents. And I told the county executive at that time that I supported those goals and wanted to work with him. And during my 5 years on this council, I waited. But with this budget, we are no longer waiting. The restructuring has begun. And the county executive also introduced a budget with a 10% property tax increase. But through this council's hard work, we were able to reduce the county executive's tax proposal by more than half, while still adding more than $210 million to our school system. This is the largest increase to MCPS since before the Great Recession. More than half of the county's tax-supported budget, a little over $3 billion, will go towards supporting our school system. Like districts across the nation, the needs of our 163,000 students are diverse, and they have dramatically increased since the pandemic. And additionally, the expectations of our administrators and educators to solve these new challenges has become daunting. And during our conversation with MCPS leadership, every member of this council, and let me repeat that, every member of this council expressed our intention to fully fund the contracts for our hardworking teachers, paraeducators, bus operators, and administrators. And in addition, we recently passed a progressive recordation tax that will add $200 million to accelerate vital school construction. Collectively, these actions speak volumes about the council's dedication to our schools, our educators, and our students. And in addition to supporting our school employees, we unanimously supported our contracts for our hardworking emergency and first responders, our healthcare workers, and all county employees. Each of the department and agency budgets, including all labor contracts, were supported unanimously. And in order to uphold our intentions, the actions we've taken today have been necessary. Stated another way, if we are intellectually honest in supporting everything in this budget, we have to support the revenues needed to carry out this budget and pay for them. And the budget that we preliminarily agree on today has also been shaped by all of our residents who made their voices heard on all of these issues, writing in, texting, tweeting, and contacting all of us, and I appreciate them for their input. This FY24 budget also continues Montgomery County's ongoing investments, not only in education, but in expanding healthcare services, providing resources for more affordable housing, increasing rental assistance, and supporting innovative ways to boost economic development. And this budget upholds our commitment to investing in key priority areas, like health and human services, making sure that our social safety net and programs have the services and support they need. Our food security programs, our shelter programs, affordable housing programs. It also supports our newly formed Economic Development Committee and the work that that committee has been undertaking, making sure that we are open for business and putting real investments into action. We're putting tens of millions of dollars into this budget that will help directly go to boosting our local economy and accelerating business development across the county. We're supporting our transportation network, making it safer for our residents to walk, ride, and take public transportation. This year alone, in 2023, we've already had more than 200 pedestrians and bicyclists struck, and 4 people have been tragically killed. But this budget dedicates $270 million toward improving our transportation networks and helping enact Vision Zero to make our roads safer for everybody. With regard to the environment, we have a lot of work to do to combat climate change, to ensure the health and vitality of Montgomery County's future. And if we are to continue our pledge, which I'm committed to ensuring that we have an 80% reduction in our greenhouse gas emissions by 2027 and eliminating them completely by 2035, we have to continue doing everything we can to investing in green technology and green infrastructure. And that's what we've done with the DEP budget and with our Green Bank program as well. With public safety, we're continuing to invest and strengthen public safety to make sure that everybody feels welcome, safe, and seen here in Montgomery County. And this budget provides support for our fire and rescue services, including some long-delayed construction improvements. And we've also provided additional funding for our nonprofit security grants to make sure that our faith-based institutions have support they need to combat hate crimes that have run rampant across the region and the country. We want to make sure that hate has no place here in Montgomery County. And in closing, I just want to say that this budget has been large and complex, and least of all, it has been challenging. But if you look at the level of scrutiny, the level of oversight, and the level of transparency, all of which is on YouTube for everyone to see, we have done something that this body has not done before. And I think that is incredibly important. It has taken an all-hands-on-deck approach, and it has been a true collaborative process. I want to thank all of my colleagues for their work, especially the 6 new council members. This was a hard budget to enter into, but you took the assignment seriously, and I appreciate your thoughts and your hard work. And I also want to express my appreciation to the hard work of my personal team: David Lorenzo, Joy Champalou, Hope Klein, Pam Luckett, Dory Hightower, and of course want to thank my Chief of Staff, Valeria Carranza, for helping manage this budget through this body. That too has been a Herculean effort. And want to express my appreciation to our hard-working central staff here, our Executive Director, Marlene Michelson, our Deputy Director, Craig Howard, our outgoing clerk, Judy Rupp, our new clerk, Sarah Tenenbaum, our Racial Equity Manager, Selena Singleton, our Legislative Officer, Sonia Healy and her team, our Director of the Office of the Legislative Oversight, Chris Seiler, our Information Technology team, and all of the staff, and also the staff at OMB for their work to put this together. Finally, all of this is hard, and tough decisions have to be made, but I'm pleased of what we've been able to do because I believe it puts us on a strong path forward. And so thank you everybody for their work.